Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The head of NATO has warned that Ukraine is in dire need of ammunition ahead of a fresh offensive by Russia.
So it makes it just even more important that NATO allies and partners provide more support to Ukraine, and we will meet later on today in the US-led contact group for Ukraine.
Kicking off a meeting in Brussels, Jens Stoltenberg says President Putin is preparing for more war. Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov found time for a moment of humour, though, with reporters unfurling a handkerchief with an image of a fighter jet.
What's that? You see?
An item which he said was on his wish list to Santa. A week after the earthquake hit Turkey and Syria, the number of those killed has risen to more than 35,000. Here, the moment a building collapses as demolition work takes place in the Syrian earthquake zone. Before and after drone footage here showing the extent of the devastation in the Turkish city of Karam and Amarus. And here the immense scale of the damage in Hatay in the south of the country. The UN has warned the current number of confirmed dead could double. Police say at least 3 people have been killed after a gunman opened fire at Michigan State University.
Oh my God.
Eyewitness video showed people screaming and running from the campus during the shooting. As well as the 3 victims, police said the suspect had died apparently from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Another 5 people were injured in the attack at the main campus in the city of East Lansing.
I can confirm that there were at least 5 victims. All 5 victims were transported to the hospital. Some of those victims do have life-threatening injuries. The suspect in this incident, and we believe there to be one suspect, was last seen leaving the MSU Union on foot out of the north side of that building.
New Zealand's Prime Minister says Cyclone Gabrielle, which has pummeled much of the North Island, is a weather event not seen in a generation. Chris Hipkins' government has declared a state of emergency, only the 3rd time in New Zealand's history. About a third of the country's population of 5 million people live in affected areas. Many people are displaced and some have been forced to swim from their homes to safety, while others have been rescued from rooftops. About 250,000 people are without power. Falling trees have smashed houses and landslides have carried others away and blocked roads. Kenyan President William Ruto has hosted a national prayer day to seek God's intervention on challenges facing the country, including drought and hunger. The interdenominational event took place at a stadium in the capital, Nairobi. The East and Horn of Africa region is witnessing the worst drought in 40 years, with Kenyan officials saying at least 4.3 million people are in dire need of food assistance. Artists from across Africa have performed at the Amani Festival in Eastern Democratic Republic to show support for victims of conflict despite growing insecurity in the area. There were more than 20 acts, including Senegalese rap star Didier Awadi. The Amani Festival, which means peace in Swahili, usually takes place in Goma, capital of North Kivu province, but it was moved for the first time since its launch in 2014 due to an M23 rebel offensive. More than 30,000 people attended the 3-day festival. And over 70 couples in Thailand have tied the knot on the back of elephants during a special Valentine's Day mass wedding event in the eastern province of Chonburi. Performers and young elephants danced to lead a procession at North Nooch Tropical Garden as more elephants carrying couples arrived at the parade. A local district official, also on an elephant, oversaw the signing of the marriage license. The popular elephant-back wedding is an annual event at the Botanic Garden, which saw up to 100 couples participating during pre-pandemic times. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.